Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR, and here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, the 21st day of February. Here we go. Today, a halacha, it's very important for you to know. I don't know if everyone knows this. When you listen to the Megillah, of course you want to hear the whole Megillah. There's an expression, the ganze Megillah. It's long, and you want to hear every word of it, and you're supposed to. But here's what some people don't know. Let's say you're listening to the Megillah, and some guy next to you makes a loud noise with his grogger, or coughs or sneezes or whatever, and because of it you didn't hear one of the words of the Megillah. You might have thought that you just say, oh darn, he just messed me up, he coughed real loud, I missed how the guy just said that word of the Megillah, I'm done. I'm going to have to just come back at 10 o'clock for the second reading of the Megillah because of this loud guy who sat next to me. Well, guess what? There's good news. You don't have to do that. If you ever miss a word of the Megillah, it is true that you're supposed to hear the ganze Megillah, the whole Megillah. But if you miss a word, you are allowed to say that word out of any, even a printed matter that you're just holding in front of you. So, here's how it works. You're supposed to hear most of the Megillah read for you out of the parchment when the reader reads it for the whole synagogue. But if you miss a word, you could say that word out of even the Chumash or the printed thing that you're reading from. You do have to get all the words, but you can get most of them from the Chazan and some of them from you saying them quietly to yourself as you read along, even in your printed Megillah. So bottom line, if you miss a word or two or even three, then say the word quickly right out of your Megillah and go back to hearing the rest of it from the Chazan, and in most situations that will cover you. There are a few exceptional situations where you do have to really hear the Chazan. That's like right at the beginning of the Megillah, the opening words you're supposed to hear from the Chazan, the last words you're supposed to hear from the Chazan. You're not supposed to read a whole portion of or story piece of the Megillah out of your own reading, but a word here and there will generally be okay. So if you end up in a jam like this, listen to the end of the Megillah, say the word quietly to yourself, and then check with a good rabbi afterwards to make sure if that counted for you, and you probably won't have to hear the Megillah for a second time. It's an important law. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.